Hi, I'm Mark Grant. I'm a clinical psychologist with 30 years of experience in the treatment of anxiety and anxiety-related health problems. I created the Anxiety Release app after witnessing the profound effects that bilateral stimulation, a treatment element of EMDR, was having on PTSD sufferers that I was treating. Bilateral stimulation consists of alternating visual, auditory, or tactile stimulation. It seems to produce not only a relaxation effect, but also a change in typical emotional patterns associated with stress. So when you're feeling anxious, you just turn on one of the bilateral stimulation tracks and listen or look at the bilateral stimulation and let whatever happens, happens. Bilateral stimulation seems to be able to have its effects within or without the EMDR treatment process. So here's how the app works, and I'll explain a little bit more about the science behind it after that. So whenever you're feeling anxious, you open the Anxiety Release app. That's the one with the little blue man. You'll see 9 tracks consisting of a mix of guided and unguided dual focus of attention and bilateral stimulation exercises, plus a couple of other exercises that I'll talk about at the end of this demo. Next, whilst holding in your mind the situational feelings associated with your anxiety, select any of the tracks incorporating visual and or auditory bilateral stimulation and press play. Your attention will naturally and immediately be drawn to the visual auditory bilateral stimulation. Then just let your mind rest on that and let whatever happens, happens. Most people start to feel calm and forget about whatever they were feeling anxious about within a minute or two, depending on the issue. These effects are often permanent. Focusing on bilateral stimulation under anxious conditions seems to stimulate new emotional learning. But wait, there's more. The app also includes exercises to help repair emotional disconnection associated with childhood trauma that often maintains anxiety, the safe place, and healing anxiety exercises. The app is best used with headphones, but they're not essential. And of course, the app is not intended as a substitute for professional treatment. So, what is the science behind this? Well, bilateral stimulation engages the lower regions of the brain responsible for anxiety more directly than top-down strategies such as positive thinking or even meditation. Now, when you're anxious, your survival response is activated, leaving you in a state of fight-flight arousal. You can't relax, your palms are sweaty, your heart's beating faster, your mind's racing, and basically mentally you're fixated on that threatening situation or circumstances. But when you activate bilateral stimulation, the part of your nervous system that deals with threat or unfamiliar stimuli, known as the orienting response, is immediately activated. It's trying to figure out whether that sound or that sight is a saber-toothed tiger, a threat to your survival, or nothing to worry about. And remember that bilateral stimulation, because of its nature, creates an impression of movement in your brain. And as long as your brain is focused on the bilateral stimulation, which it can't ignore, it's no longer paying attention to whatever was making you feel anxious, or even the experience of feeling anxious in the here and now. After a few seconds, possibly a minute or two, depending on the severity of the problem, your nervous system calms down as it realizes that there's nothing to worry about. In effect, bilateral stimulation is hijacking your fight-flight response. So it's a very easy, natural, and seemingly effortless process because you're just taking advantage of an innate, very hardwired basic capability. So, for more information, visit www.anxietyreleaseapp.com or go straight to the Google Play Store or iTunes. And happy anxiety busting!